This is Ben from Testive. We're looking at an SAT reading question. This is a citing evidence question. You'll see a couple of these on every single passage, as you know at this point probably, where you're given the previous question. The stance King takes in the passage is best described as, and we can see the correct answer here, confidently advocating for action. So knowing the correct answer gives you a little bit of support here for answering this question correctly, because you can use this answer, confidently advocating for action, to guide your thinking. So we are looking for the answer choice that supports, we're looking for the evidence from the text that supports the idea, and it's good to paraphrase for yourself here so you know what you're looking for, the idea that King is confidently advocating for action within this passage. So let's look at our answer choices here, which appear to be out of order, but let's start with the first one, lines 5 to 7. Let's read these. To put it in the terms of St. Thomas Aquinas, an unjust law is a human law that is not rooted in eternal law and natural law. Any law that uplifts human personality is just. Any law that degrades human personality is unjust. Okay, this is a definition. I wouldn't really say that this shows that King is advocating at all, because advocating is an action. Or advocating for action is in itself an action. So I'm going to rule this one out. Lines 19 to 22. Thus it is that I can urge men to obey the 1954 decision of the Supreme Court. Already this is looking good. Urge sounds a lot like advocate, and to obey is an action. To obey the 1954 decision of the Supreme Court, for it is morally right, and I can urge them to disobey segregation ordinances, for they are morally wrong. I would say that this is a pretty confident way to advocate for action. Let's just see if the other answers help us make sure that this one is correct. Lines 47 to 48. Lines 47 to 48. In no sense do I advocate evading or defying the law, as would the rabid segregationist. That would lead to anarchy. Okay, so that is actually sort of in contradiction to the answer that we have up here, confidently advocating for action. That's where he's giving an example where he doesn't advocate something. So we can rule that out. And finally, 48 to 50. One who breaks an unjust law must do so openly, lovingly, and with a willingness to accept the penalty. So this is sort of a description, a detail supporting the idea that he advocates action, but it's not as direct in its evidence for the answer that we chose as this last answer here. So it's important when you're going through these answers to make sure that you have the best answer choice. Because, for example, if you had started at the beginning, gone through and read this answer choice and selected it because it seems correct, but not actually looked at all the answers, you would have missed that there's one that's actually better. So this last answer choice is better.